Yeah, I thought first half we really competed physically on the boards. Pretty much even at halftime, and then the second half they imposed their will on the boards. They end up with 21 offensive rebounds. They get 50% of their misses. Um, the points in the paint. It was a goal of ours was to win that battle, and we didn't win that either. So, we got beat in some areas that I thought we could be better, and we didn't quite get it done today. And then, kind of ball security, 13 turnovers, 12 assists. It's not who we are. We've seen, we struggle when we turn the ball over and we kind of drive into packs or we don't have good motion. So a lot that we have to learn from quickly, quick turnaround for Charleston, but we got to figure it out how to be better.
Questions for Isaac? Isaac, was it just kind of demoralizing a little bit on the boards there in the second half? So you guys got some good stops and then just couldn't get possession.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely demoralizing when you know what they're doing. Like that's who Towson is. That's what they do. I mean, the guy that averages 3 got 6. So it's like we knew what we had to do, and we just weren't physical enough. And that's you just gotta take that on the chin and know like that's not us. And it's quick turnaround, so have to be ready for Charleston, who beat us up on the glass last time we played them. So bounce back quick.
For both of you, really, what is your mindset going into the second half already down?
I mean, for me, just the way that we're able to score the ball, not really worried about it. I mean, we were down 7, 3-possession game. We scored 7 points in like under a minute before, so I wasn't worried about offensively, just defensively. Like Coach said, I mean, 21 offensive rebounds. I think they had 16 in the second half. We knew what they were going to do. We just weren't physical enough tonight.
Isaac, that sequence when you had the 4-point play, it seemed like there was also some energy, and it was going to happen for you maybe tonight. Did it seem that way maybe a little bit? Or?
I mean, yeah, I think we were scraping for energy, and I feel like that could have been the point that did it for us. We just didn't capitalize.
For Isaac, what do you think kind of got the offense out of kilter a little bit tonight? Because it was some low point total for you guys.
Yeah, I mean, we weren't physical on cuts, no physical screens. I mean, that's the kind of team we are. We set good screens, we cut, we move without the ball. The ball's stuck tonight, and we know percentages go down, turnover rate go up whenever we don't move without the ball. We're not really a team that sets a ton of ball screens, and tonight we set a lot more ball screens than usual. It's just not us.
Isaac, how do you handle such an aggressive game out there?
Yeah. I mean, we knew what it was going to be. Every game in league plays physical. I mean, we know that. I mean, this is my 3rd year in the conference. They just don't, like, rebounding fouls aren't really a thing. So you have to set the tone early on and be the more physical team. And I think that they set the tone earlier than we did, and we just never bounced back from that.
Thanks, Isaac.
Thanks, Isaac.
Yeah.
Questions for Coach? What do you think kind of got the offense a little sideways there for a while? Because you weren't scoring like you usually do.
Yeah, again, it was just they were more physical on our cutters, and we weren't physical with our screening action. We did a little bit too much chasing the basketball today instead of screening. We've been at our best when we have screening action away from the ball, and tonight the ball stuck. There was too much dribbling and not enough screening and cutting, and that's usually not a good formula for us.
What do you tell the team after such a strong defensive start to a game?
Yeah, I mean, we knew that we had to guard at a high level. You look at the percentages, we hold them under 40% shooting. Usually that's good enough to win for us. Under 40%, you hold them 72 points. Obviously, it's a lower possession game, but again, just getting beat on the boards like that, it's just unacceptable for us. It's just not up to our standards.
You knew Williamson could do what he did there, but it seemed like he was under control. You contained him pretty good until all of a sudden. Is that what it looked like?
Yeah, I mean, he goes 6 for 9 from 3. Obviously he's a great shooter. Historically he's been a 40% guy. He's hovering around 30% this year, and he made tough ones. He made tough ones off the bounce. kind of after multiple moves. But that's what good players do. They find a way to make shots and make plays. And again, if we're not in that position where he doesn't have that freedom to shoot it, where like we're going to rebound the ball, but he was comfortable that if he missed it, they're going to go back and get it. And when you give a shooter that kind of comfort and confidence, then they kind of have a green light to go.
You talked earlier about how it was a very aggressive kind of game,
Mm-hmm.
but then coming into the second half, there were 3 fouls called on Elon in the span of 1 minute. What do you say to your team? What do you all talk about when something like that happens?
Yeah, you just have to go on to the next play. You can't focus on what's being called or what's not being called. The game is going to have ebbs and flows. So whether it's a foul call or missed shot, you have to have a next play mentality. And for us, being able to, a lot of times we have had that maturation where we could do it. That maturation process, we're still going through it, where we're really good at it sometimes, and other times we're not. So, whether it's fouls, missed shots, missed free throw, whatever it is, like you just have to move on to the next play and figure out how you can help our team, get a stop and on defense and help us execute on offense.
You've been kind of in that situation before when you've been down about 10 or so
Mm-hmm.
midway through the second
Yeah.
half. You guys have figured it out.
Mhm.
Since that was happening again, or
Yeah, I mean, we got it to within 4 with 750 or whatever. So we got it right in striking range. Felt like we were in good position. Where if we can really just buckle down defensively and get a couple stops, get some clean rebounds. Again, when you're not rebounding, it's hard to run in transition, right? So transition game is not as good when you're not rebounding. So when we rebounded it, we were able to get out. Coakley got a layup in transition and one. We got transition threes, so we've got to be able to rebound the ball first, then we could get out in transition. But I thought, once we got it to 4, this team has been very resilient and they've kind of fought back every game. But Towson hit us with a quick 8-0 run that gave them the separation and really put us at a disadvantage.